everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm back in the VampireZ lobby. Thought I'd return the game to what I know best. As you can see, just quick update on how I've got along since the last video. I think I've accumulated about 200 more wins, and I'm still in 4th place, going for 3rd place hopefully. But that could take some time. Oh, someone's saying hi. Currently recording a video. Say hey. Hey, Augustus. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be, as you can see in front of the info board, what today's going to be is kind of a really basic overview of what VampireZ is and how you guys can kind of better make use of kind of the sort of the stuff in the shops, and how you can better win games. And what I'm also going to be doing with this video is kind of addressing some common things that I see every game, and I almost want to bash my head against the wall constantly. And I'm going to have to hide my chat because people keep bothering me. Chat settings. Find chat settings. So don't... Won't be bothered. Help! Chat settings. People can see it and they'll be like saying, idiot. Hidden. Right, so I'll put that back on when I need it. So, yeah, okay, so the point is, again, I'll show you the info board. So, again, this is really basic, so it tells you, I mean, really, even if you look at this board, it should really give you the basics of it, but it really doesn't go any further than that. It doesn't give you anything based on strategies, it just gives you really basic stuff. So, I'm going to jump in straight into a game and not waste any more time. So, let's see what map we get. So it's Dark Valley. Oh, this is a really tough map. So this is probably my least favourite actually, because there's not really any brilliant solo spots. There's one spot that's good for both team and not kind of works on your own. So I bought God Armor. That's not what you guys should buy. I buy it because I can afford it and it helps me win. So it helps. I like to try and win a lot of games and I don't like dying. So, but what I will do in another video is I will kind of go back to the basics of what I first did when I first started playing. So I will show you kind of I'll find one map, I'll find a spot, and my main goal will be to explain the basic strategies. And if you're starting out, so say you don't have any coin multipliers, or this is your first game, I'll kind of explain what everyone should be doing. I will show you guys tactics that even people with ×1 coins can afford, and even with these tactics you should be able to play about 30-40 games a day and you will still have enough coins to keep going. Sounds crazy, is it? And these strategies are guaranteed an improvement on what you will be doing at the moment. So there's a witch. Okay, so if I'm playing from the survivor's perspective, if you want to see the vampire side of this game, I highly recommend you check out my Creating Chaos video, which is going to be a 2-part series, but that kind of goes over the basics of what it means to be a vampire. I'm going to do another video as a survivor at some point when I get a really I want a really fast-paced game as a survivor when there's loads of vamps at the beginning. I might enlist the help of maybe Baka or someone like that for that video, because I don't want to be waiting for ages to oh crud, am I going to keep turning these chats off just because people keep typing off? Right, so there we go. Okay, so I can't see anything. I can't even see my own coins at this point because everyone in the guild's talking. Great. Okay, so yeah, so I'll go back into the house. I'll clear a few zombies. They can deal with it. So yeah, so this is the shop. So what I'm going to quickly do, turn the sound down. My headphones are killing me. So okay, so the key thing is this is the survivor shop. So you get into it by, again, so this is my hotbar. So you get into it by getting this gold nugget here, and you can either, it turns out you can either, oh, kill this guy. I don't want everyone dying on me. So he's got a skeleton disguise. So the main thing is this is a survivor shop. So you can open this by left or right clicking. It says right click, you can also left click. But still, I recommend right clicking. So this is the survivor shop. So what's it got in it? Basically, it's got the breakdown of several different things. So pretty self-explanatory, really. But again, it's surprising how most people don't understand this. It surprises me, but I guess new players, I guess people that are a lot younger and kind of under 10 years old don't get this either. So I'll try and make this really, really simple. Silly vampire. That's why you always buy armor. Okay, I will try turning the chat back on in a minute. I will also get some gold potions because I'll probably need them if I want to have a chance of winning this game. So okay, don't feel also you don't need to every game you don't need to buy what I buy to win. I buy because it's simply because of one, I can afford it, and two, it is the simplest way to win. Most simplest way to get wins, and it's also watching people get really wound up when you have 250 kills. That is actually quite funny. Despite people saying it's not fun, it's quite fun. Okay, so obviously you've got swords. There's different kinds. So you've got everything from wood swords, even these spawn wooden swords, all the way through to the God Sword, which is the 500 coin. It shouldn't break. It should last you an entire game. The most I've ever used is 1,000 hits. That was when I got a total of 462 zombie kills. That was today as well. Ironically, I'm breaking records like crazy lately, or trying to. So yeah, so these are the swords. So again, as you can see, there's plain swords. So you've got 3 types. But then you get to the enchanted. Pretty much all of them are enchanted, apart from the first 3. So you've got fire aspect, just plain knockback, fire aspect, knockback. Yeah, I'm getting run over my own words. Sharpness down here, splinter sword. Sharpness wear, sharp 1, fire 1, and the God Sword, which is also sharp 1. It's a mix. So these swords are a mix of several different types. Which one should you buy? This is kind of up to you, really. It depends if you have anything above, say, ×3, you should always be buying the God Sword. If you have ×1 or 2, this is kind of a choice depending on how much you want to spend. If you're going to get anything above, if you're going to get enchanted swords that aren't the God Sword, I would recommend 2. This one, sharp 1 iron sword, is quite powerful. It's good in combat. Again, it's not as powerful as the God Sword, but it's getting up there. And even I've used them sometimes. If you combine them with God potions, again, really useful. Wouldn't recommend not sharp 1, knock 1, unless you want to get enemies away. But you might as well just get a God Sword then. Definitely don't get that one. Just again, it seems pointless to me. This one I'd recommend, Hardened Plasma Cut. That is a sharp 1, fire 1. Very powerful, very useful in combat, but again it's 200, and they also break quite easily, so that's up to you what you want to do there. If you are default and you've literally just started out, what I would recommend is you buy just a default iron sword. It's good enough and you can save up your gold, so once you get 100 later in the game, you can buy a sharp 1 iron sword. That's used to be my original strategy. I will try and go back to that. Imagine I've got like 0 wins, I'm just starting out and I want to try and go back to some of the first strategies I started using. I got wins early on because I actually bought armor. So these are Diamond 9 babies, very powerful, very strong, especially later on. So I'll drink this God potion now and I'll just get a few kills and just try and clear this. Oh, sorry, we've lost our iron guy. This is going to be difficult to explain stuff. So that's the basics of the sword. So I would recommend if you're times 1 or 2, buy plain iron to start with, and then move to a slightly stronger sword later on. Some games are really difficult to win with iron these days because you've got Rainfield has made it so there's loads more OP vamps starting in the beginning. Didn't used to be like that. It's not 2 years ago when I first started playing. Nearly 3 actually. I only really started playing this game properly about 1.5 years ago now, maybe a bit less than that. But when I first started playing, it was a lot easier than this. Far easier, I think. There was no Diamond Baby zombies for one thing. Oh, so I just got some. I think that's a loot drop. Is that no? That's the dead guy's armor that I just picked up. So okay. So what else is in here? I'll have to be really quick. So you've got several types of armor. Is the next bit of the shop. So again, what should you buy? I'll start by I think more importantly. Well, this guy's powerful. He's glitching in the wall as well. And then thank you to the admin that put this in. It's really annoying. But again, it doesn't kill me much. It's a flip that happens every so often. So he's dead now. Okay, so yeah, armor. Wah. Silly vamps. So the ones you shouldn't buy. This is really fun. So these are the ones. Don't buy any form of leather. I know it may be tempting to only spend 50 coins or to buy Protection 1 leather, which is more expensive than plain 1 iron. Don't. It's useless. I've seen too many people spend 175 coins on Protection 1 leather. It is worse than plain iron. Trust me. I've killed enough iron guys and enough enchanted leather to know that. Again, leather, don't buy it. 50 coins, but it's useless. If you get hit by a diamond zombie, you will die even faster than what any other armor can protect you. If you are just starting out, again, I'll actually be trying this at some point in probably a better spot than this. Plain iron armor is a great one to start with. If you have slightly more coins, don't buy the Fawn's armor. Buy the Protection 1. It's a lot better than plain iron. It takes I think it's about 10 hits against a vamp that's got sharp strength 3, vampiric aura, pretty good. Not as good as God armor, but again, it's cheaper. So that's the main thing. So food. Again with food. So you can see what I've got here. I've got some pork chops. So The next part of the shop is basically just different types of food, loads of them, just up to there. God apples, I've explained in previous videos why you don't buy them, they're too expensive. I think I explained it might have been a tutorial video rather than a video that this channel did, but God apples are very expensive, they're not worth it, and they also cut your regen out, so that's why I don't use God apples. Unless say gods are obsessed with them. They make you harder to kill, but they also don't. If you're actually serious about winning and you're serious about kills, always, unless you're absolutely desperate, don't buy them. And even then, I think plain regen and health potions is far better. That's why I always have at least 4 of them. This guy's going to hate me if he sees this video because he knows I've just been explaining stuff. Oh, bang, crash. So here we go. This place is minus 60 on the X and 0 on the Y if anybody's curious about it. The Titans have got a whole video going through this. It's quite an old one now because this map is no longer a new map. It's been around for a while. Oh, careful. So, okay, what's next? So now as a game, we're on to different types of potions. This is where it starts getting more complex, and it's something that I want to explain quite urgently. And that is the idea of combinations. So what do I mean by this? What I mean by combinations is when you use more than one thing at the same time. So when people are saying that one thing is too OP, they are effectively, I would disagree. There is no one thing in the shop on its own that is overpowered. Even God Armor, if you don't combine anything with it, it is actually not very strong. You can, if someone is not using regen potions, for example, with God Armor, they will die quite easily. Same if they're not using health potions or strength. So health potions, again, you get 2, they recover 2.5 hearts each, very useful. I always have at least 4, I've seen people with more than that, depends. Regen, always try and have, I mean, I'm not covered at the moment, but if you're fighting in a really intense game, always try and have some regen potions backing you up. If you're under heavy attack and taking damage, always be covered by it. Combine that with God Armor or Protection 1 Iron, cover yourself with regen. Always worth it, trust me. It's another God potion for me. That's the point as well. The one here is a strength potion. This is when people are accusing you of hacking, or if you're taking 7.5, if you're a vampire and you're taking 7.5 hearts of damage, that is a God sword, or say 667. That's a God sword with a God potion. It's not hacking, it's not kill or it's just an insanely powerful combination because it's 130% damage increase. So again, if you combine God potion, health potion, regen, and the same if you combine it with even just Protection 1 Iron, you have an insanely powerful sword on your disposal. I think that's basically one of the things that I wanted to say, which is not true, is the idea that things being too overpowered or things not being fair. If vampires use combinations, it's very overpowered. Both sides have loads of stuff at their disposal. Next stuff, these books of healing, books of strength. The idea of these was to encourage teamwork. So what you effectively do is you take a guy with no armor. They open the book and they start praying, and then everyone in the vicinity or the close in the house gets regen or strength, and the player that's holding the book gets coins for every kill or damage, depending on what type of book that you are holding. So if you are holding strength, every kill the survivors get, you get coins. If you are as a healing book, if someone takes damage, you get coins. Not really worth buying unless you're in a big group and they can protect you. People usually die with them. Explaining gold. So if people, I always hear people say, "How did you get God armor so fast?" Answer is, click. I get transfusion, so I'll just show you. So I get the gold back. So 1, 2, and then you would just click God armor, and then you would click God sword. Simple. Again, what else is it about this game that needs to be known? I think if you think someone's hacking, and that usually it's going to be one of this, especially if you're new. It's hard to tell between hackers and good players or players that have spent a lot of money. Just because someone's got God armor doesn't make them a good player, doesn't make them skilled. The goal of the game is to survive. I've seen plenty of gods die because of silly mistakes. Buying God armor doesn't make you a good player. What makes you a good player is your ability to kind of judge a situation and get kills. Even then, though, I would still think that's questionable. Skill isn't measured by how many wins you've got necessarily. So the game's over now. I'll turn the chat on our channel. I'll turn the chat back on. So the main point is about what's it called? Main point. So hackers. There is a key distinction between hackers and good players. good players typically are using the combinations that I've explained. So I'll just go back into F5. So they will be using all of the combinations that this info board decides to miss out. Same with vampires. Hackers, on the other hand, will typically there's usually a difference. For example, if someone's using kill aura, they will be able to hit you from behind. And I don't just mean when they're walking back. I mean you will walk up to them. They will all of a sudden the head will start head snapping like crazy. You can actually fake a head snap as well. So don't just look for head snaps. Look for how many times they're hitting you or how fast or whether they're hitting you from behind. I think is the best one. Is the best indicator of kill aura. Get out of my screen. Also, you see, I get all the time with people saying, "Oh, he's a camper. Oh, he's a camper." Oh, I got a co-host. Hello, co-host. So camping. The point of the game is to camp. I don't know if you could see, but you saw how fast, you saw how much damage some of those zombies could do, especially late on. The point is that the reason there's houses in the first place is because you are supposed to stay in a house and supposed to stay there. Zombies in their 70s, 80s will kill you in seconds, no matter what you're wearing, no matter how much armor you've got. That's why you're supposed to camp. It's nothing to do with being a noob. On any other game, yeah, sure, campers are noobs. Mostly, with exceptions. I'm not going to go into that now. But in this game, it's kind of an exception. I know it's really annoying, but it's how it works. I think it's just something we all got to get used to. As a vampire, I've kind of got used to it myself. It's not that difficult, really. You just got to work with it. It's like, I guess, like survivors working with, I don't know, vamps that you'd like to spam the super jump, which annoys me, but you just got to get to live with it. Yeah, I think that's really it, to be honest. I think that was a very quick guide to the survivor shop. I think it was quite annoying. I hope people found that useful because I was under attack constantly, so I had to think about what I was doing. Yeah, I hope that was of some use. I will try and explain. I will try and do some other videos like going over strategies for new players. I think it's pretty good, and it would also be nice to go back to some of the old days when I was also a new player. It brings back old memories. I haven't worn just iron armor for a hell knows how long now. I always buy at least Demi. Oh, there's Vampire Genius. Barker just flew past. I need to get him to help me out with another video later on. So thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And again, I always take suggestions for new videos. It takes a while to come up with new ideas. I'm sorry this took so long. I was really busy over the coming week. I will upload this soon. Thanks, guys. See you later.